Live from New York, it's the Grand Movie TV Guy show. Hello. The long-running, much vaunted show. Movies and TV reviews, that's what we do here. Hello everyone. And tonight I was very excited for this show. This is SNL, of course. This is our, weekly when there's a new one. SNL review. Today I'm really excited because one of my favorite actresses of all time, and one of my favorite musical artists of all time, we're going to collab on this episode, so let's do it. And maybe another guest that I also quite like shows up. So, tonight's host was Carey Mulligan, who, if you haven't seen her, she's an absolutely phenomenal actress, starring in films prior to this, such as Pride and Prejudice, Shame, The Great Gatsby, Drive, among others, and who is now in very deserving Best Actress contention for her terrific performance in the absolutely terrific, like I said, right here, Promising Young Woman. Right there. There she is. That's the movie. So, Promising Young Woman is fantastic. She's fantastic in it. But we know that she can be dark funny. We know that she can be a terrific actress. Is she a great SNL host? Let's find out. Let's start with the musical guest. So, Kid Cudi. The incredible Kid Cudi, who's also a pretty fine actor in his own right. If you don't believe me, watch HBO's We Are Who We Are by Luca Guadagnino. He plays one of the dad of one of the characters who's sort of like a military dude. Fantastic. He was great here. If you love his music like I do, you were in the zone. He had some interesting sort of style choices that were really fire. He was awesome. Also appeared in one of the best skits of the night. Let's get to Carey Mulligan. So, I'm just not going to beat around the bush here. Carey Mulligan needs to host a show. It needs to be like the serious English actress equivalent of John Mulaney. She needs to host a show every year because she's terrific in this episode. In fact, this episode was really barring the last skit, there really was not a weak link in this entire episode. This one was pretty dang hilarious. Cold open was quite funny. I didn't know if they could pull it off, but they did pretty well, involving the very unfortunate, after effect of the trial of, I don't want to say the guy's name, he was, very responsible for the death of George Floyd. Let's not even call it murder. The murder of George Floyd. Let's just call it what it is. It's murder. It's torture and murder. And they're kind of dealing with how it's like a news program, like a morning news show, and they were dealing with how the white people in the group and the African American people in the group dealt with it. Chris Redd, I love him. He's so funny. Cut to him and he's the weather guy and he goes, "Don't get me involved in this." And he goes, "What's the weather?" Later he goes, "I guess I'm doing this. Well, it's Minnesota, so it's April, it's gonna be cold. May and June will also be cold, and then in July it'll be hot as hell for some reason, I guess." Back to you. So it was amusing. And also, by the way, I'm totally on the other side of the equation, despite my very, pale complexion. I'm R.I.P. DMX. I could care less about Prince. The only thing I really even know about that guy, to be perfectly honest with you, is that he led to one of the funnier jokes on The Simpsons that I remember, which was the episode where, if I remember correctly, it was like the Truman Show, but all of Springfield was Truman, and it was real popular in England, and then at the end they cancel it, and Queen of England goes and looks at it as it's being announced that they're being canceled, goes, "Oh, what a shame, I'll miss that Ralph Wiggum, he reminds me of my boy." And then Prince Philip comes over and he goes, oh wait, that's Charles, right? As you can see, I couldn't care less. So Prince Charles, rather, the one who's alive, comes in and goes, "Mumsy, my cat mitten smells like cat food." He makes a Ralph Wiggumism. Funny. Has anything to do with Prince Philip, which shows how much I know. I've never watched The Crown either, so I don't even know the fictional history. Basically, though, DMX, fantastic. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, sir. So, moving on. Carey Mulligan, the monologue was quite funny. I actually didn't know this. She's married to Mumford of Mumford and Sons. You can joke about how he goes, "She's at home, he's at home watching the kids. He couldn't be here tonight to watch me host." And then he shows up. He goes, "Who's watching the kids?" He goes, "Oh, the Sons are." And I was like, funny. very cute. He basically offers to be the music director. She's like, oh no, it's okay, darling, just go over there. Also, I just need to give major props to how good Carey Mulligan is at doing an American accent. By the time they got to her introducing Kid Cudi for the first time, I honestly forgot she was British. So some of the skits. The skits are great. It's going to take a while to talk about this. I'll give you some of this one. That IBS commercial parody, that one where, you know the commercial. The one where they have, like, the mom. Well, even if you haven't seen the skit, you know the commercial is parodying. It's the mom going to, she's going to, like, some kind of recital. I remember, like, in the old commercial, it actually used to be, like, if I remember correctly, like, a sentient stomach. Like, telling her, no, you gotta go to the bathroom. But in this one, it's just like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And then, like, she misses the concert. That's, like, the thing. And then he goes, there's gotta be a better way. Have you tried this? And they give her, like, the IBS medicine. It's that commercial. So basically, Carey Mulligan is the one with the problem. And basically, it's almost like she kind of morphs into her Cassie character from Promising Young Woman. It's really funny, where she goes, it's like, it's like, oh, I feel so much better. And then the little boy goes, like, you're doing great, baby! Like, good, congratulations, sweetheart! And, like, the little boy is playing, like, I think he's, like, playing piano. And it's, like, the background, Kenan Thompson is, like, the janitor. And Katie Bryant's the teacher, and they're going, and they're like, oh my god, what happened in this bathroom? I'm not gonna lie. That is the first time, like, a poop joke made me laugh harder. So hard that I actually felt myself losing consciousness. And I think it's just the way it's edited, and the humor of it, where it's like, they're trying to read the side effects. Side effects may include, oh my god, who would do this? And it keeps, like, interrupting the... Brilliant. Very, very funny. And then the way it comes around, like, the husband's like, hon, didn't you just shut the beep up? like, this mom who's, like, giving her the stink eye, goes up to her at the end and goes, if you tell anyone about this, I will end you. Walks off. Great. This was hilarious. Very funny. There's another skit shortly thereafter that's also on paper might have been kind of silly, but it's another one of those cases like the log flume thing where the near breaking of everyone and the fun they're clearly having is very apparent, where they're supposed to be, like, it's like middle school age, but, like, Carey Mulligan is, like, the pretty girl in the class, and, like, Kate McKinnon is playing this, like, dorky boy who is, they're having, like, a study date at his house, and she really likes him, and he doesn't know what to do, so he calls his nerdy other friend, who's A.D. Bryant, also playing a boy, and it's like, dude, dude, what do I do? She wants to kiss me, I know it. And he's just like, oh, it's okay, I met this girl at tech camp, I'll help you. He goes, she held my hand, and he goes, I'm batting above my weight here, dude, I gotta go. And you just, the whole time, you can see Carey Mulligan just stifling, not breaking, especially when she looks at Kate McKinnon. It's really funny. That worked. There was another skit involving, one of my favorite reoccurring skits they also did with Claire Foy of the War in Words History Channel skit, where it's like World War II style, where it's always Mikey Day, and he has, like, the host who's, like, his wife, who's usually, like, an English actress. So it was, like, Claire Foy before. Where the idea is that it's you know, like, those, like, Ken Burnsy kind of things of, like, you know, my dearest, you know, John, though you are away, I'm, you know, watching after the home front or whatever. It's that kind of thing, but it's going back and forth, and the things that Carey Mulligan was sitting back are increasingly weird and disturbing, like, I find, you know, like, something like, I had a horrible night, love, like, my brother-in-arm died, bled out in my arms or something, and she goes, oh, well, good, you know, good thing that you blamed it on the Nazis there. I've been here before, I'll help you hide the body or something. He goes, I didn't kill him, what are you talking about? He goes, oh, you know, nothing, wink. It's just like, what? Very funny. Very funny. There's another one where it's, like, I'm trying to think of what the... Oh! It was a fake trailer for, like, an A24 neon type of, it was just called Lesbian Period Drama. It was basically a parody of, like, Portrait of a Lady on Fire and, Ammonite. Where it's the idea is that it's, you know, period piece where these two women spending a period of time with each other, and you know that they're gonna fall in love. But it was like that, but it was all that kind of, it was hilarious, where it's like, and one, it also plays into a lot of, like, kind of movies that Carey Mulligan does really well, which are, like, period pieces, so it's like, you know, you know, it's like, I'm going to a place where the seagulls always, you know, make sounds, you know, and like, it says, featuring Best Actress, you know, Best Supporting Actress nominee, The Wind, as it rustles, like, in the sky. Very funny. And it's just like, it's 2.5 hour runtime. 2 hours are just watching them, you know, look longingly at each other. The last half hour leads to a scene of lovemaking so graphic, it reminds you, oh yeah, a straight man directed this. Very funny. They also throw in a little shot, a little bit, I guess it's something like Happiest Season, where Kate McKinnon shows up and he goes, and they actually have a real LGBTQ actress as one of the girl's exes. Very funny. Hilarious. Very, very funny. Listen, I'm gonna have to just say this, some great stuff. I also liked some of the Weekend Update stuff. Also, Bowen Yang... If Bowen Yang ever has to leave SNL, can we pull a Tim Robinson and give him a Netflix skit show? He is so funny. He took something on the page that could have been the dumbest thing, which is like, he's wearing a funny hat, or in this case, a funny iceberg kind of mask, and he made it so funny. Where he's playing the iceberg that felled the Titanic, and he's just like, why do you guys blame me for this? It's not my fault. Funny. Oh, also, Carey Mulligan, there's another great one where she's basically like this entitled millennial. She and Chloe Fineman, and I believe, was it Kyle Mooney? It was either Kyle Mooney or Mikey Day. Where like those millennials who are like working on the Enterprise. It was like a Paramount Plus thing, and they do like a little jab of Paramount Plus. We called it Plus before Disney thought of it. Something that's very funny. Where they're like, you know, you gotta do what I say, and he goes, oh, I'm going through so much right now. It's like, all right, send him out the airlock. Just like, I'm done with this. Very funny. Also, speaking of commercials, and this is kind of off topic. Listen, the only thing I watch live other than like the Oscars essentially is SNL. Have you guys seen that horrible freaking Arby's commercial where Ving Rhames, poor Ving Rhames, he's better than he knows better. Ving Rhames is singing "Fly" by Sugar Ray, but it's "I want crinkle fries." It's like, man, you were in Pulp Fiction, Mission Impossible, and Lilo and Stitch. Come on, like you. What a weird combination of movies, but seriously, like, you're a good actor. Why are you doing this? You're Cobra Bubbles, man. So anyway, that's a deep cut, Lilo and Stitch. I don't know how many of my viewers are even gonna know about that movie. I guess it's popular. Good movie. Anyway, so overall, a weird zone. It was this thing where I'll give it to them. They gave it at all. This was one where I don't think it's the actor's fault. I think it was a lot of technical difficulty. It was the idea is that you think it's gonna be like the butt out episode of South Park where it's like, you know, an inspirational like kid rap group, and then suddenly it's Carey Mulligan and A. Bryant, I believe, and they come in and they're like basically Avon ladies, but they're promoting something called La Eggs, which is like an egg canister that has like women's leggings in it, and the idea is that they eventually win the kids over. They don't know about like, oh, well, let us tell you, dears, about leggings, you know, and like in the 1980s, but then the Christinas and Britneys came out. Kind of funny. The problem is like you could tell they were tripping on their lines, and then at one point I think you can actually hear the tech people in the background going like, all right, we're done, or something. It was kind of sloppy. Didn't quite land. Cute idea, didn't quite land. So, also, one more thing. I'm almost gonna go. The tiny weird little flute song is awesome. They have Kid Cudi, and then also Carey Mulligan as like the owner of the store, and then Timothée Chalamet shows up. Man, that was fun. About how a lot of rappers like Post Malone stars, they use weird little flutes, and it's about their obsession with it. So, look, I gotta go. That's it. I'm gonna give this 4.5 out of 5. This is, you know what? Frack it. I'll give it 5 out of 5 stars. Why not? This one was really funny. 5 out of 5 for the Carey Mulligan episode. I'll give them a mulligan. No pun intended. Huh. I'll give them a mulligan. I'm lame. On the last one. That wasn't their fault. So, I gotta go. I'm Grant. Until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'll be sure with you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Be kind to one another. Love you all, Class Miss. Love you 3000. Go, Carey Mulligan. I'm rooting for you, Miss. All right. Thank you all. Take care.